building. We have our technical problem fixed. Can I ask you now, the Venezuelan team have had a sad loss.
Just 28 years old, Gregory Vallenilla, a member of the Venezuelan national team at the 2006 World Champs, died in a car crash in Venezuela yesterday. As a mark of respect, we ask that you observe 1 minute silence. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate your consideration. Thank you. Now let's get ready to play some basketball. Please welcome the two teams to the court. This is the Dominion Finance Tall Blacks versus Venezuela.
Well, welcome to the TSB Bank Arena, ladies and gentlemen, for Game 3 of Venezuela versus the Tall Blacks. Lieutenant Dan Hennessy with you alongside Coach Kenny Stone. And well, Coach, it looks like we've got a few Tall Blacks over there in street clothes. Is it anything to be concerned about?
Well, certainly Dylan Boucher being out for probably not playing until the Australian series is a concern. But now Polonara is sitting out because of that problem with his knee, which puts a lot of pressure on Lindsay Tate. And then the debutant in Michael Fitchin. So both of them will be expecting some big minutes tonight at that point guard position. We may see somebody else run, maybe Porter Winatana running that point a little bit, giving some of the others a bit of a break.
Now, didn't Paulo Winatana look absolutely punked when he was leading that haka, missing the game on Sunday due to religious reasons? And I notice every time he does miss a game, he comes back strong the next game.
Yeah, I'm sure he's looking forward to getting out there for this game. As you said, missed the second one, had a good first one. We see Polonara there taking up his second job. He's going to be doing some photography along the side.
Well, I would say, Paulie, do not quit your day job, please. Here we go. Casey Frank to jump off against the big unit, Herbert Bayona. And Casey will win that tip. And away comes Paulo Winatana and the Tall Blacks. Lindsay Tate at the helm now with David Kubian watching him. Paulo Winatana with it, top of the key, over to Phil Jones, unmarked. Phil's gonna put up a mid-range jumper. Yes! Phil Jones lights it up here early.
And nice execution in that first play. Good screens, good movement. Phil Jones, a nice open look.
David Kubian back the other way now for Venezuela. Los Tintos, they are called. He'll put up a three. In and out it goes. Phil Jones with the rebound, and he'll bring it up himself. Kick it on off to Paulo Winatana and get it back. Goes to penetrate, drops it off for Casey. Casey will take that shot, why not? No good, they're battling for it underneath, and it will be Venezuela's ball.
Well, we talked about it quite a bit, Dan, sorry, but everybody's open to shoot it, or expecting to shoot it if they're open. That time, Casey Frank taking a three.
Herbert Bayon in the paint. Looks like he's in a lot of bother down there. Casey Frank will be called with the foul, but wow, when he got in that paint, they just collapsed on him, Kenny.
Yeah, two players squeezing in on him there. Travels a bit with the ball. They had to call a foul in there, otherwise it's a travel. And Casey Frank picks that up.
Okay, around the horn it goes. David Kubian will find Hector Romero, the Venezuelan stud of basketball, I'd have to say anyway, from what I've seen. And he will barrel over Casey Frank. And that'll be two quick fouls on Casey Frank.
We saw in game 2 the strategy going into Romero early. And once he gets it down there, he is a handful. Expect to see the Tall Blacks doubling down on him. And then rotations coming out to shooters. Romero's proven to be a handful.
Now Kevin Palacios is wearing number 11 tonight, which is fantastic for commentators. They're swapping their jerseys around at will. But I'm on to it, Kenny, no worries.
I know you are.
Second one will go. Lindsay Tate will bring it on up for the Tall Blacks. Phil Jones on the roll, 3 ball, off the mark. And well, David Cubion did well to get that. As Carlos Cedeno, number 6, is back into the game. A real fiery customer as we saw in game 1. He took game 2 off and he's back out there tonight. Herbert Bayuna backing down Rampton. Palacios, out it goes to Hector Romero for 3. Yes, Hector Romero will convert on that one.
On game 2, he hit his first 3-pointer as well. It was the only one he hit out of 4, but has shown the ability to shoot that 3.
Tony Rampton can shoot the 3. We know that just by watching this series. He's going to cruise on through the paint. Makes some room. What a pass to Jones over to Frank. Not going to go, but there's Phil Jones again. Fantastic ball movement here early. Paulo Winitana for 3. Bang! He will nail it. That's just great ball movement from the Tall Blacks. David Cubion now comes back for Venezuela. Lots of ball movement off the ball. Cedeno in the paint. Nowhere to go. Hector Romero thought about the 3. Inside it goes to Bayona. He will get 2 off the glass.
A nice pass inside to Bayona. Able to power it up between the 2 players, getting easy 2 for him.
Lindsay Tate now, hassled by David Cubion, plays for Marquette University back in the States. Casey Frank drives, spins, he is unmarked, but he will be blocked by Hector Romero on the way in, and you don't see that every day, Kenny. Comes back the other way, Hector Romero, the crazy shot, no good. Herbert Bayona with the rebound, and Romero is looking for help, finds Carlos Cedeno. They've got 16 on the shot clock, so there is no rush here. He's on the wing, back out to Romero, momentarily unmarked. He'll find Bayona inside, and they're going inside to the big man early. Not getting a lot of points out of it, but he's getting some decent looks.
And he's getting some offensive rebounds, which has got to be a concern, because that was the problem early on with the Tall Blacks in game 2.
Bayona with another shot, another good look, another miss. Paulo Winitana will scoop up that bound, and away he will come. Unadulterated, unmarked, 2 points.
Well, the Venezuelans haven't seen a lot of them. Only about 15 minutes in game 1. Didn't play in game 2. They got another. Porter Winitana is going to be taking the ball to the basket and attacking hard.
Palacios might have traveled there, but he'll get 2 points anyway. And away goes Paulo Winitana! Nice finger roll and 1! And he goes down hard up against that structure, which does have some padding on it.
Well, this is what Porter Winitana is when he's at his best, gliding to the basket. Like one of the most athletic players on that Tall Black squad. Loves to get out and run, knows how to finish as well.
Well, we're all knotted up here, 9-9, with 6:09 left to go here in the first quarter. Your referees for tonight's competition, Gavin Few, Tim Brown, and Dallas Pickering.
An early timeout by Nenad Vucinic, and I'm sure to talk about the defensive end and rebounding. Let's see if we can hear what he says.
They're running 44, so they're getting staggers, all right? Look to go underneath the second stagger, because they're not really popping back. And if he pops back and he penetrates, we're going to switch. We can switch, no problem. All right? 3 offensive rebounds they got already. Come on, guys. Let's hit them a break. Let's go.
And we hear Nenad talking about it right there. It's all about attitude. They've got to be on the boards. He also talked about 44, that the Venezuelans are running 44. So obviously the scouting, the video that they've looked at, they've identified what the play is, talking about how they want to defend it.
Well, you'd have to be concerned because, well, yeah, Venezuela has gotten a number of offensive rebounds, and they seem to be going into Mr. Bayona quite a bit, the big unit down low. He's not getting the, he's getting good looks. They're not going in for him, but that could all change quickly, couldn't it?
Well, it's a defensive rotation as well. They've been getting some internal passes easy to them after a lack of defensive rotation. Guys are sprinting at shooters and going past them rather than just contesting, and that's giving easy opportunities to get the ball inside. Fortunately for the Tall Blacks, Bayona hasn't really converted that many.
Onitana at the line, shooting one. Chance to convert a three-point play here. And he will do so. Tallbacks up by one. David Kubian is on the run here. Lindsey Tate playing him up high. Rampton comes out, helps him out a little bit. Hector Romero, that's going to be a tough matchup against him and Casey Frank. Cedeno from the corner will light it up from the corner. Now, we didn't see him last game. He sat out, but the first game, he was all over the show. Phil Jones, Onitana, looking for a way in here. That is a fantastic matchup as well. Paulo Onitana high off the glass, no good. Rampton's there. Who's got it? Cedeno will come away with it. He will find Romero. Will get a foul, I do believe, on Casey Frank. As Casey Frank now is walking gingerly on his right ankle.
Well, he's going to be sitting down anyway. That's his third, with only 4.5 gone in the first quarter. So that's a bit of a concern.
Enter one Pero Cameron.
Not a bad replacement to come in for him.
Absolutely not. Hector Romero at the line. And you know, Tad Baldwin said it so much throughout the season. He does so much off the ball, and I really never appreciated it until you actually just watch PC. When the ball is not in his hands, he does so much.
And oftentimes it's those elbows and hips that are involved in what he does.
Those secret elbows of his. Romero at the line. Will sink the second. Lindsey Tate over half court. Looking for help, finds Onitana, who finds Jones. Jones to Rampton. Rampton in the paint. Gets his own rebound, yes. Fresh 24 for the Tall Blacks. And that was a big offensive rebound early. Head fake by Lindsey. Oh, man, off the glass. What a beautiful move.
That's twice we've seen a player just go one-on-one out of an early offensive set, get that ball at the wing. Paulo Onitana did it earlier. Tate on that.
Kevin Palacios finds Bayona. Bayona gets it stripped. Paulo Onitana's on the run. Two-arm move with Lindsey Tate. What's he going to do? What a pass that was! Holy moly, to a beautiful Tall Blacks basketball. Unselfish play all around.
And that's an area that Nene Vucinic wanted to improve upon, is the running game. He's certainly got two thoroughbreds in Lindsey Tate and Paulo Onitana in there to run.
Kevin Palacios throws up an air ball, and Tall Blacks will regain possession here.
I don't think Hector Romero agreed with that call there.
You reckon? All right. Lindsey Tate, the maestro at the moment. Phil Jones. PC, nice pass to Rampton. Rampton, shot no good, gets his own rebound. Rampton again will be fouled. He will be going to the line.
Well, nice execution of the play. They had a double screen set up high. And as Phil Jones came off that double screen, Tony Rampton cut hard to the basket. Defense rolled a bit with him. Through Pero's pass, got it down to Rampton. You see him powering up. Really want to see him converting those.
Miguel Mariaga and Alejandro Barrios into the game now for Venezuela. Rampton at the line. 4:01 left to go here in the first. We're all knotted up. And the first one is off. Second one is off as well. Carlos Cedeno will get that rebound. Kick it up to Alejandro Barrios. Nice move from him, and he'll get it off the glass.
It was a nice move attacking Tony Rampton there. Rampton not able to get a hand on it. Nice finish.
Lindsey Tate finds Jones, unmarked for three. Kapow!
Again, that movement in that offense. Players cutting left and right. Defense unsure whether to switch, whether to stay, whether to follow. Pero Cameron got a good screen, opening up Phil Jones for a wide open three-point shot.
Mariaga looking like a fish out of water at the moment. In the corner, it goes to Cedeno. Baseline, Alejandro Barrios, and that's just a strong move. Back the other way. Grievous Vasquez gets a hand on it. A little give and go with Hector Romero and Cedeno. Back it goes to him. And what an unbelievable play by the Venezuelans as Tony Rampton hits the deck hard and stays down. Oh, no.
I think his head hit the floor after the contact.
Well, he doesn't look all there. Let's have a look.
Check out how athletic of a play this is by Romero. Catching the ball, spinning back. Able to get that. If we can get a close-up of the, look at that welt there. That's
Jeez Louise, look at that bad boy.
He picked up a tennis ball as he hit the floor with his head.
And well, that's going to ring your bell. Tony's going to take a rest as Craig Bradshaw, the Wellingtonian, takes the floor for the Tall Blacks.
See if we can see here the contact. There's an elbow to the head.
And looks like a sharp elbow as well. Lindsay Tate through the lane, screams, couldn't finish it off. Mariaga with the rebound. Away comes Grievous Vasquez. Vasquez now. Alejandro Barrios. Hector Romero. Romero stops, spins, puts up a mid-ranger. No good. Phil Jones with the rebound. And away come the Tall Blacks now. Winitana off balance, and yes, it will go! That was wild! Suspended animation, Kenny.
Yeah, great pass by Phil Jones. You could see he knew where Winitana was. As we look at that nice little lump, that'll get some attention. But off this fast break, knew where Winitana was. Great finish here, taking the contact. Able to get it to go. Chance for a three-point play.
Paulo Winitana, he is like a trapeze artist without the trapeze, Kenny. Jumping around. Drawing the contact. You can tell he's dying to play tonight. Kirk Penny now into the game.
Well, right now they've been able to play to his strength, and that's running the ball. Winitana gets out on that wing, and again, he knows what to do with it.
Grievous Vasquez with the ball on the wing. Finds Salcedo. Alejandro Barrios. Barrios gets his pocket picked by Lindsay. 2-on-1. Pass to Phil Jones, who lays it in. And that was all Lindsay Tate, baby, picking pockets. Tall Blacks up by 2 here in the first quarter. 2:01 left to go. And, well, just like last game, the Venezuelans are sticking right with them, aren't they?
They are, but it's defense. It's all about defense. Defense generates those easy baskets, and we see a great finish after a nice dish off from Tate.
And, yeah, Phil wasn't going to miss that one.
Shake tail now and do what Craig did on the second one. Just give a little hedge because the bottom screener. So make it slow. I can shoot from it. So when he comes, okay, so show here big, right? And this guy close. Hey, look what they're running out of this. Okay, look what they're running out of this. We're doing a good job on hedging ball screens, but the guard is always getting caught in the screen and tries to go under. Okay, so whenever they set the ball screen there, go over. Okay, most of them go into the screen and go right behind them, and they go underneath the hedge. Let's go.
Well, Kenny, what'd you get out of that timeout?
Well, again, talking about defenses, we see Tony Rampton still trying to figure out where he's at. But then talking about how they want to defend the screens that Venezuelans are doing offensively. Talks about shirt tailing. Now, if you're shirt tailing, you're following that player around. You're the defender, staying right on their back, following him around those screens, trying not to allow the defense or the offense to pick you. And then the help defense in the middle, stepping out, hedging, or showing so the pass can't be made easily to that cutter. You see how they execute this defensively.
Grievous Vasquez finds Hector Romero. PC wanted that ball bad, didn't get it. Lindsay Tate wants it, doesn't get it. Salcedo has it in the corner, puts up a funky-looking shot, no go. Bradshaw with the rebound, out-battling Mariaga. He'll bring it up himself. Good ball skills from such a big fella, Craig Bradshaw. Nice pass to Lindsay, out to Kirk Penny for 3. In and out Vasquez back the other way, finds Hector Romero. He's underneath, looking for help. Salcedo has it now. He'll cruise through the paint. Find Mariaga. And Rivas Vasquez with 9 seconds left on the shot clock will go up against Phil Jones. Spin, put up a little short 6-footer, not to be. Phil Jones comes away with it. Good defensive stanza by the Tall Blacks. That timeout. Underneath the PC. Oh, baby! And the big man showing some finesse.
Got wide open, and Phil Jones again finding that open man. Good job getting in peril. Nice little reverse layup.
Alejandro Barrios finds Mariaga. Mariaga through the paint. Mariaga puts it up. He is hacked on the way through. He will be going to the line.
Venezuela attacking the basket hard off the dribble, trying to get to the line. All Blacks have done a pretty good job staying straight up.
And
Craig Bradshaw, sorry, Dan. Craig Bradshaw picks up his first foul.
And well, as we look around the TSB arena here in Wellington, it is chocker block once again, sold out for this extravaganza. Game 3, Tall Blacks, Venezuela. Miguel Mariaga will sink the first. There's Brendan Pongia.
Just never know who's going to show up here, do you?
Michael Fitchett now with the ball for the Tall Blacks. 35 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. He will find Bradshaw. Bradshaw working on Salcedo. Bradshaw is going to put it up. Bradshaw is going to put it in! And just when you think he had absolutely nowhere to go, he lets it fly and nails it. Venezuela going for the last shot of the first quarter. Axir Sucre finds Cedeno, and he will fill it up from downtown. 1 second, Fitchett lets it fly, and that is going to be off the mark. So after the first quarter, the Tall Blacks 26, Venezuela 25. Now, we have met heaps of colorful characters, and that man on screen is just one of them. He is El Agua Hombre, the Waterboy, as you can see. So say hello to my not-so-little friend.
My name is John Amanda, working with the national team. So my job is a water boy, about 7 years in the national team. Work with the uniforms, call the players in the morning for the breakfast, before go to somebody practice, somebody game. Working all year. I work in Venezuela in a different team in basketball. I work in the baseball team too, only in December or January. No, it's another babysitters. For somebody plays under important. I have to, manager, checking every passport or checking the rooms in the hotel before I leave. I talk with the guys in the airport. We have a lot of bags. The bag is heavy. Maybe you don't pay because you talk. Every guy is happy. It's no problem. I'm working hard all the time. Venezuela, let's go. I'm here about winning.
Well, the Waterboy, he could be Dilbert's stuntman. They might have the Waterboy, Kenny, but we got Stanley, the shot clock guru. And the man has traveled all around the world as the Waterboy. Look, there he is. We love him, right?
He's a star. Every team needs a character, and he certainly looks like one for them.
He's also on the Venezuelan synchronized swimming team, Kenny.
That I didn't know.
And there's Tony Rampton. You can tell he's been in the wars with a wicked collision with Hector Romero's elbow. And Dylan seems to be asking him questions, and he just doesn't look like he knows the answers at the moment. We wish him well. Hope he feels better. Rivas Vasquez now, second quarter action here from the TSB Arena in lovely sunny Wellington today. Rivas Vasquez, 50 on the shot clock, into Axir Sucre, and he just impresses me, Axir Sucre.
He's been playing his sugar in this series.
We should call him Sugar. All right, Fitchett finds Kirk Penny, top of the key. PC left alone, or across it goes to Fitchett. In the corner to Mika. Mika Vacona will get it knocked out of bounds by Salcedo, but Tallbacks will maintain possession with 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Fitchett inbounds, finds PC, gets the ball back, loses the handle. Good thought by PC. Michael Fitchett, I don't believe, expected that pass.
I think he was cutting up to the top of the key, or at least the wing area. Wasn't expecting it. A few times in these offensive sets, we've seen guys get a quick open look at threes and turned them down. Nothing else really has come of it.
Axir Sukri bowls over PC, and that will be a charge.
Oh, he's counted that.
He has counted it. Can you believe it? We gotta have a look at this one. 50-50 call, Kenny. What would you say?
Well, certainly created that contact. Terrell Cameron had his left arm on the player as he went up for the shot. So,
and all of a sudden, the Venezuelans are sitting on a 4-point lead. Fitchett finds Kirk Penny. And it's stolen by Grievous Vasquez. Has a trailing Axir Sukri, who will travel with the ball. And this just in, Tony Rampton is suffering from some blurred vision, as you would expect. So we will keep an eye on that and see how he does. Fitchett finds Penny on the roll. Kirk Penny left-handed, couldn't convert. Mika Vacona, of course, comes up with it. Finds Fitchett alone for 3. That's off the mark. Mariaga gets a hand on it. Mika Vacona saves it to Bradshaw. Bradshaw goes up hard. And it will be Venezuela's ball.
nice job by Vacona, very active on the offensive board. 2 of them in that possession. You see Craig Bradshaw there step out of bounds.
All right, here we go. Venezuela has it. Mariaga now. Salcedo getting tipped away by Mika Vacona. They will maintain possession, however. Hermain Salcedo finds Grievous Vasquez. He'll cut right through everyone. Mariaga fade away. No good. Who's got it? Fitchett does. He's on the run now for the Tall Blacks. And he will be fouled by Hermain Salcedo. Kind of a silly foul, really.
It's not often you're going to get away with that reach around. Him try to go around. Got more arm than he did ball.
Kirk Penny now directing traffic up top. He's going to find Fitchett. Fitchett left open. Kirk Penny has it. Kirk Penny head fake. Goes hard up off the glass. He'll get 2. Automatic Kirk Penny. He is so fluid in his movement.
Another attack from that wing. The strong side corner man draws that other defender down. There's no help. And again, Tall Blacks able to attack the basket.
Salcedo finds Axir Sukri. Axir Sukri stolen by Penny. Away come the Tall Blacks now. Up to Mika Vacona. Couldn't handle it. It will be knocked out of bounds, however, by Mariaga. And that was a real kind of floating pass. Mika looked over one shoulder and it came over the other one. Bradshaw for 3. Off the mark. Mariaga. Grievous Vasquez now. He'll cut. He'll find Cedeno, who finds Hermain Salcedo. Back to Cedeno. Carlos Cedeno will fill it up from downtown.
Nice job by the Venezuelans attacking the middle, drawing that defense in. Cedeno in the corner again for his second 3 of the night.
Fitchett. Kick ball by Grievous Vasquez. Fresh 24 for the Tall Blacks.
Venezuela's doing a good job defensively, getting around these numerous screens that the Tall Blacks are trying to set.
Fitchett finds Bradshaw. Bradshaw in the corner. He's very comfortable out there for a big man. As you can see, he'll put it up and in! Bradshaw does it again from outside! 6'10", 3-point assassin. You gotta love that, Kenny.
Yeah, it's just another dimension that he adds to the All Black group.
That's going to be a walk on Mariaga. It certainly is. He left without his luggage. Tall Black's ball.
A lot of questions have been asked about what does Craig Bradshaw bring to this team. Not only is he an athletic big man around the basket, but again, as we saw, can step out and knock down that three-point shot.
Look at Fitchett barreling over everybody. PC's got it now, and he will hit Gavin Few in the groin area. And what's going on here? Gavin Few's just, oh, the coach is starting to go loco again. He's having a conniption fit. Look at him. Sorry.
Gavin Few's apologizing. He knows he got it wrong.
Gavin Few, I think, is just trying not to cry at this point in time. He got the ball waffled at him.
There's the finger. With that, Gavin Few was standing on the court in play. It shouldn't have called or blown his whistle. He wasn't out of bounds. He was still part of play.
Mariaga misses it. Mika Vakona, of course, comes down with the ball in the rebound. But Carlos Cedeno will foul him on the way down.
That's why Coach Salazar was so excited. His team was going the other way off of that turnover. Gavin Few apologized, said, I got it wrong. Please put that finger away.
Well, you know, when if there ever is a semi-dodgy call, the Venezuelans will be up in arms over it on every occasion. A fiery crew. Very emotional bunch. PC for three. No good. Mariaga will rip down the bound. Kick it off to David Kubian. In the corner now to Hector Romero. Bradshaw on him. Romero goes by Craig Bradshaw. Puts up a one-handed shot. He's elbowing PC in the head now.
I think they picked up Cameron for that foul.
They picked up PC for that foul. I've got to see this.
No, that would have had to have been on Bradshaw. But Cameron there trying to get in there and help out, paid for it as well.
Hector Romero, he'll miss the first, but Kenny, he's such a whirling dervish. His elbows are everywhere.
As Tony Rampton found out, you don't want to get hit by one of those.
Mika Vakona looks like he will hit the ball out of bounds. Fresh 24-second clock now for Los Tintos, Venezuela.
And that's something you just can't allow. You can't give up an offensive rebound on a free throw.
Bang! Hector Romero almost climbs up the structure like Spider-Man.
He was almost as high as Stanley.
Well, I'll tell you what, he was up above everyone on that occasion, unmarked, and Coach Vucinic cannot be happy about that. Fitchett with it. Looking for help, off the glass, no good. Kubian's gonna throw it to Salcedo, but Kurt Penny will get a hand in there. As Herbert Bayona checks back into the game. And Hector Romero is just such an impressive basketball player. Raw talent, though, really, Kenny?
He utilizes that strength so well, but along with that strength comes this athleticism. And we see that penetration there. Bam. And just a little tap of the glass for emphasis.
He's loving it. David Kubian on the wing, left-hand side. Finds Hector Romero, spins on the baseline, double team. Stolen by Kurt Penny. He's on the run, 3-on-1. Kurt Penny off the glass. We'll get two more. And the Venezuelans are not wasting any time. Here comes David Kubian now. Top of the key, circling around the perimeter now on the right-hand side. Carlos Cedeno puts it up and in again.
Nice job running the baseline, getting himself open in that corner again.
And the Venezuelans are up by 5 points. Mika Vakona, little mid-range jumper, that's going to be short. Who's got it? Carlos Cedeno, he's on the run. He'll dump it off to Barrios. Alejandro Barrios, and one.
Well, if the Tall Blacks are going to run, they've got to do it both ways, and they aren't getting back on defense. Giving up another layup and a three-point opportunity. Venezuelan doing a good job pushing the ball.
And while they're up by 6, you would just think that this would do such good things for their confidence. Their confidence just must be skyrocketing at this point with just 4:38 left to go here in the first half. And Alejandro Barrios on the line shooting 2. Shooting 1. Thank you, Dallas. I'm going to talk bad about Dallas now that he's gone. Here comes Lindsey Tate. Kirk Penny. Double teamed, back to PC. In the corner, Mika Makona finally ends up with it. He'll spin, and Hector Romero will get a hand in there, but there will be 4 seconds left on the shot clock for the Tall Blacks.
The Tall Blacks looking a little tentative at times. I would like to see Mika finish that as he got to the middle. Go up with that shot.
3 seconds on the shot clock. Oh, and that'll be a charge on Kirk Penny, will it? Venezuela's ball.
And no basket. The ball, referee saying the ball hadn't left his hand. Nice job by Cedeno stepping in and drawing that contact.
Herbert Bayona. Alejandro Barrios, top of the key. Daryl Cartwright guarding him now. Carlos Cedeno. Looking for help, finds David Cubian. He can stick it from downtown. He's not afraid to put it up. Nice move from him, nice crossover, mid-range jumper. David Cubian hits it. Back the other way, Cartwright. Back to Lindsey. Lindsey drives and will be fouled on the way in. David Cubian picking up that one. And well, Kenny, I'm just stunned like a mullet at the moment. I mean, I wasn't expecting this.
Well, the Venezuelans have shown that emotion. They've shown the intensity at times. We're certainly seeing it from them at both ends. Each game is become the free-flowingness, if you will, has certainly improved the last couple games, and this one even more so.
Lindsey Tate will sink that free throw. Dare I say it, the first half offensively on occasions, the Tall Blacks have looked a little bit discombobulated. David Cubian, Alejandro Barrios. Inside it goes to Hector Romero. Hector Romero, Mika Makona playing right in his back pocket. Nice pass, but it goes to Daryl Cartwright. He'll take it, thank you very much. And he will throw a bullet pass to Kirk Penny, which didn't look likely. Looks like Venezuela will get the ball back again here.
Good job on the defensive end, but Daryl Cartwright pushing it up the middle. And every player is encouraged to get the ball and push it up.
David Cubian brings it over half court now for Venezuela. He'll find a cutting Grievous Vasquez, back to Cubian. Cubian got Lindsey in the air. Out it goes to Bayona, who's going to put it up. And that was well short. PC with the bound. Away comes Lindsey. And he is hacked by Hector Romero. And Lindsey doesn't like that at all. And neither do I, Kenny.
Well, it's maybe a little payback for that foul in game one where Lindsey fouled him on that breakaway. We'll see here the attack. Boom.
Maybe on the borderline of being a professional foul, but they just called it a regular foul. Lindsey Tate has the ball now. Top of the key, finds Kirk Penny. Kirk Penny hassled by Vasquez in the corner to Daryl Cartwright. Daryl Cartwright for three, fills it up!
Good job there by Penny, taking that extra dribble to draw two defenders to him, leaving Cartwright open in that corner.
And here come the Tall Blacks now. Grievous Vasquez, Alejandro Barrios, Hector Romero. Hector Romero thought about it. He thought about it again. You gotta be kidding me. That's gonna be off the back of the iron. Kirk Penny back the other way. Spins, finds Mika Makona. Mika finds Lindsey, out to Cartwright, over to PC. The ball movement is just astonishing. Hector Romero will get the ball back. And he just charges into Mika Makona. And Mika Makona's got something to say. And Kenny, it's starting to get chippy.
down. Who's involved? Romero. We see here coming down. We'll get a good angle here. Just boom, right into him.
There's no need for that at all.
Certainly wasn't any subtleness to that.
That was about as subtle as a sledgehammer. Vacona will inbound. 20 seconds left on the shot clock for the Tall Blacks. Lindsay Tate finds a rolling Kirk Penny, puts it up for a long two. No good. Grievous Vasquez comes away with it. He'll lose the handle, get it back. And David Cubion now finds Alejandro Barrios. Hector Romero, one-handed shot's going to be short, but he will draw a foul. Two shots coming up for him. Paulo Winitana comes back into the game for Mika Vacona. Good minutes from him.
See there, Lindsay Tate just getting a piece of that arm. Merrill getting to the line again.
And Lindsay Tate is talking to Tim Brown. Grievous Vasquez is talking to Tim Brown. Tim Brown's pretty popular right now.
There's been a lot of conversation aimed at the referees throughout this series. We know that the Venezuelans have found the refereeing hard to interpret, haven't been pleased with the calls they've been getting, or the calls they haven't been getting.
All right, Lindsay Tate to bring it up here. We are in the shadows of halftime. 1:40 left to go until then. Lindsay Tate, Kirk Penny, open again for three. Kapow!
And that time the defense tried to go over the screen rather than shirt tailing. Dale Cartwright able to step in, set a solid screen, freeing up Kirk Penny. Now the Tall Blacks get the ball back with minute 24 to go.
Well, just when we started to get a little bit concerned, all of a sudden the Tall Blacks, of course, scratching their way back into it, just down by 2 points now. Alejandro Barrios gets it. Lindsay Tate gets it. Beautiful stuff. Kirk Penny is the recipient of one heck of a pass from Lindsay Tate. Timeout called by Nestor Salazar, Venezuelan coach. There he is. Still pretty cool, calm, and collected as far as he's concerned at the moment. And well, the Tall Blacks leave, Kenny, on Thursday morning, and no rest for the wicked. They've got 6 games in 7 days. They don't get any time off until they're in Latvia.
First pass, pick up black. First pass, pick up black. Right. Offensively, 2 for 1. Okay, 2 for 1. So we want 2 shots. We want to have a last possession. Run both times. Both times run first. Okay. If you don't have time on the second one, if you have time on the second one, run roll for kick. Okay, run roll for kick.
They're doubling the on ball, so be available next pass away, so you can get a quick pass and then 2 on Kirk and the other's going to be free. Okay.
Hey, if they double and clear, okay, if they double and clear, just look for a little slip here, but make sure this guy pops in there as well. Look for a little slip, look for a little banker, or if this guy comes up, you should have a dish straight away. Make sure that the weak side pops out a little bit so we can kick that ball if they rotate from the weak side. Okay? So just a little slip. Instead of going all the way, just a little slip there, get the ball, either a trick or a jump shot, you have this guy there as well. Okay?
Well, Kenny, what is Coach Vucinic trying to get across to the team there?
Well, one of the key things he talked about was 2 for 1, making sure as the clock gets under a minute that they're going to get the last shot. Probably going to, if they have possession around that 35 to 40 second mark, getting a quick shot, ensuring that they're going to get the ball back for that last one. They want to go into halftime taking that last shot. Something we haven't seen much of the Tall Blacks is they've come out in this 1-2 or 2-1-2 zone.
Carlos Cedeno for another 3, drills it.
Venezuela did a good job adjusting, sealing down on Pero Cameron. who's the bottom man of that zone, bringing up Cedeno for a wide open three.
Lindsey Tate now brings it up for the Tall Blacks. Just under a minute to go. On the wing, back out top of the key. Around the corner it goes, no good. Who's there? Paulo Wititana, up and in. Right place, right time for Paulo. Rivas Vasquez over half court. Looking for help, runs into Daryl Cartwright instead. Carlos Cedeno now into the paint. Back out it goes to Urbina. Urbina's shot no good. Cartwright bound. And he'll bring it up himself.
They'll be looking for the last shot here, just 11 seconds to go. Expect someone to come and set a high ball screen. There he comes.
Kirk Penny puts it up. And that's well off the mark. That will be the end of the first half. However, a very entertaining affair as Hector Romero came to play, as well as Carlos Cedeno for Venezuela. They're sitting on a 1-point lead at the moment. We'll see you on the flip side.
The official attendance tonight is 3,000.
Reversal of fortune in this third test between New Zealand and Venezuela. For the first time in the series, Venezuela lead 45-44. We'll talk basketball in just a moment, but right now, the new King of Wellington has joined us. He's the coach of the Wellington Phoenix and our all-white coach, Ricky Herbert. And Ricky, first of all, congratulations. A 3-0 win against Sydney in the preseason cup. Perfect way to start a home campaign.
Yeah, it's gone really well, Stephen. It's you know, the public down here really appreciated having a team in Wellington, and you know, it was nice that we could turn something on for them so early in the season.
Well, so early that you picked up something like 6,000 people. That must have been encouraging.
Well, absolutely fantastic, and you know, we're hoping to build on it, and the big game against Melbourne's not too far away, so we're looking for a really big support.
You've got a big Latin influence in the team. You've got two of the guys here, I think Daniel and Claverson here this evening. How are they finding and adjusting to New Zealand?
Oh, look, they've fitted in really well. Two great guys, really positive about things, and you know, they're along here tonight. I mean,
I'm assuming that one's Daniel.
That's Daniel.
Position?
He's an attacking player, probably a little bit better on the left-hand side, but he's a real talent.
And Shane Smelts, he scored 2 for you against Wales, scores 2 for you against Sydney FC. He's starting to click, isn't he?
Yeah, he's really on fire, Shane. He's a great guy, and nice to see he's really hitting form.
All right, well, I know the Beat Girls giving us a bit of a headache here because they're doing some great entertainment. You got the Queensland Roar in Christchurch on Friday as the pre-season cup continues.
Yeah, it is. It's the last one in the round, and it'll determine where we finish. But you know, hopefully we can carry on from the good performance really early on against Sydney.
Rick, there's a good feeling about this team in the Riviera of the South Pacific. The Phoenix look like they are on the rise, yeah?
Let's hope so. It's you know, it's really important that we get a good team in that league, and a lot of people have worked really hard to keep it going. So fingers crossed, but things are looking okay at the moment.
Well, we all think we got the right man in charge. So good luck against the Roar, and good luck for the start of the season and the Melbourne victory.
Thanks, Steve.
All right, Ricky Herbert, coach of the Wellington Phoenix, as we crunch the numbers from half-time in this third test between New Zealand and Venezuela. Here is the points: 45-44, the first time they've led, Kenny, and they're playing some good ball, and the Tall Black shit's a little loose.
Yeah, I think defensively they've given up the three-pointers. Venezuela has hit Cedeno 4 out of 4 from the three-point line, shooting the ball extremely well. Offensively, the Tall Blacks, though they've scored some points, I don't think they've looked as fluid as they would like. We see Venezuela doing a good job attacking the basket throughout.
They are good inside tonight, aren't they? They're a little sharper.
Well, they're really going at the basket hard. The three-pointers have really resulted from that penetration, forcing or collapsing the defense. And again, you see them going at the basket hard.
Carlos Cedeño's popped up and they're hitting the outside jumpers and picked up 14 points already. A little bit of niggle late in the game, but they seem more on their game.
Yeah, they've come out with a lot of intensity that we expected they would. You see Sucre there battling inside. One of the concerns for the Tall Blacks would be their big man. Tony Rampton went down with that hard elbow. Doesn't really know where he is at the moment. He had some blurred vision. And Casey Frank, 3 fouls in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Well, I suppose now we'll see how good Nenad Vucinić's systems are, that they can adjust to losing 2 big men. As we look at Hector Romero, once again running hot from the free throw line, running at 63% from the field, at 50%, 2 defensive rebounds, and they are strong on the boards tonight.
And again, that's a concern that Nenad Vucinić addressed early on to him, saying, hey guys, you got to do a better job. Offensively, they've got some good looks that we see right there. Porter Winitanu, who's got 13 points in this first half, he's done a good job. He's attacked the basket. He's done a good job in transition. But again, it's that offensive execution that needs to continue to be worked on by the Tall Blacks.
Now, I just wonder here, and I caution myself here, Kenny, are we seeing a weakened Tall Black side? Is he actually answering some questions for himself?
Well, it doesn't matter who he puts on the floor. These are guys who are Tall Blacks. They've got to produce. He's got 12 guys that are working hard. We see the stats of Winitana. 5 of 6 from the field, 1 of 1 from the three-point line, doing a good job running the floor. But Nenad doesn't care who he has on the floor. They've got to perform.
Well, the one thing we do have here is we've got a game on our hands at the half. It's 45-44. Venezuela lead the Tall Blacks, and there's a whole nother half of basketball live here on Sky Sport. Teams out on the court, getting ready for the third quarter of this third test between New Zealand and Venezuela. But here's a change for you. Venezuela lead for the first time, 45-44. Gabriel Ruda smiles around, I'm sure, at halftime. What's Coach Néstor Salazar saying?
When you discover which is your strength and which is the weakness of the other team, everything is okay for your team. And that was what we have done. Our strength is the collective game. We have been making more assistants. Obviously, if you check the register, we have 12 assistants. It's totally different scenario than the last 2 games. Now we are playing more focused on patience and in collective game. Obviously, that makes difference. We are happy, but we are not singing victory. Tall Blacks is a great team.
All right, good luck.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Venezuela not singing until the fat man sings. I was going to say fat lady, but then you show me Néstor Salazar. There you go, Carl Dickel on the other side. I would suspect Nenad's not overly happy right now.
Nenad is happier than I thought he would be. We've obviously been looking for a hard game, and tonight we're getting all we want and a little bit more. The Venezuelan team are now proving their worth, and today they've been listed as the 20th top team in the world. So, you know, they're playing like it tonight.
Up one place. A bit of a concern about your boards?
Yeah, well, we're just concerned all round. The start of the game, we were a little flat again. That was a concern. But we just got to finish the game as strongly as we finished the other 2, and we're going to be all right.
By the way, proud dad, congratulations about Mark signing with the Bundesliga champs.
Yes, yeah, really pleased about that.
All right, thanks, Carl.
Thank you very much.
All right, 45-44, Carl Dickel and Gabriel Ruda, the Venezuelan team psychologist, most helpful during this series. Nenad Vucinić's team trail by 1, 45-44. Venezuela leaders, we hand you back to the lieutenant.
Thank you, Stephen. Lieutenant Dan Hennis Hennessy with you here alongside Coach Kenny Stone. Now, Coach, when you played basketball, did you rock around the world with a team psychologist?
I don't remember having a team psychologist traveling on the road, nor do I really remember having a Waterboy traveling either. So they've got a big contingent over there that's come over to New Zealand.
Well, I'm thinking maybe we should get a commentator psychologist, because I obviously have some issues I need to work out.
Really?
But I'll tell you, I'm a little concerned here, being down by 1. There is still plenty of basketball left to go, but one Carlos Cedeno is playing very well, sitting on 14 points, the top scorer, and Hector Romero barking at his heels at 12 points. Parwalitana playing well, and Kurt Penny, 9 points, but kind of a quiet half for him with his standards.
Yeah, he hasn't had great looks at the basket. The Venezuelans have done a pretty good job getting out on him. Thought it interesting comments from Gabriel Ruda during halftime talking about their assists and how they want to get outrun, they want to play together. Talking about being collective and playing as a team. They've got 12 assists, which is a better half for them. And that second quarter, the first quarter of the whole series, where they've outscored the Tall Blacks, and it was only by 2. But a key for them, and it gives them that 1-point lead.
And as I look at the offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds for both teams, there's really nothing in it, is there? So it's a very even match for the first half of basketball. It was the other night as well. The Tall Blacks kind of took it away in the second half. Let's see what happens here. Lindsay Tate brings it up, finds Phil Jones. Phil Jones, PC. Back to Lindsay. Lindsay drives, loses the rock. Phil Jones will end up with it. Put up a shot. That's off the side of the iron. David Kubian will rebound. Get it up to Kelvin Palacios. He's double teamed by both PC and Phil Jones. David Kubian will bring it back around the outside. Palacios through the paint. Up off the glass, and that's 2. Strong move from Kelvin Palacios.
It was a strong move, but not a lot of defense there to collapse and help out. Not a good enough job done one-on-one to prevent him from getting to the basket. Too easy.
All right, Lindsay Tate on the wing. Winitana penetrates, kicks it out to Casey Frank for 3. And he will nail it for 3. Casey Frank sitting on 3 fouls. Back the other way, Carlos Cedeno. Hector Romero. Kevin Palacios. Back out top to Bayona. Cedeno. Romero in the corner now. Frank on him. Top of the key. Kubian penetrates. Kubian high off the glass. And he's lightning quick.
They did a good job pulling Lindsay Tate out, getting by him quickly and finishing strong at the basket. Again, Venezuela has been attacking the basket hard, getting some easy opportunities or creating 3-point shots.
PC in the corner, thought about the 3. He's got Romero on him. Back out to Winitana for 3. Oh, man, it goes in. That's a shooter's bounce if I've ever seen one. Kevin Palacios back the other way. Dump it off to Kubian. Carlos Cedeno. Herbert Bayona. Palacios. Kubian, 10 on the shot clock for Venezuela. Hector Romero stops and puts it up. That's going to be short. Lindsay Tate goes skyward for that bound. Here come the Tall Blacks again. Dumps it off. Casey Frank will finally get a handle on it and put it up for another 3. That's off the back of the iron. Who's got it? Kevin Palacios will have it for Venezuela Los Tintos. Cedeno now on the run, fights Bayona. Good defense by Casey Frank. Paulo Winitana comes back the other way. He'll dump it off to Lindsay. Lindsay to Casey Frank, will put up another 3-pointer. That one's going to be short. And I'm not sure if that's what Coach Vucinic is drawing up here. Casey Frank hitting 3-pointers, or attempting to, as Kevin Palacios comes down and gets 2 more easy points.
Well, he's certainly not drawing up that defensive transition, or lack of it. I think offensively, you want both needing to be moved around. But we've heard about it all week, that everybody's free to shoot the 3.
KC, what a move from the big man. Beautiful stuff from Payro.
And that's something you like to see more of Cameron doing, getting to the basket. There aren't many guys that are going to stop him physically from getting there, and certainly from finishing.
Bayona. Kubian. PC guarding him now. Switch with Jones. Kevin Palacios, and he put up an absolute brick. And away comes Phil Jones. Jones to Lindsay Tate for three, and that's no good. Kubian on the run, 3-on-1 now. Los Tintos looking dangerous.
Oh my!
Baby! And he is the athletic freak of the week for Venezuela's Hector Romero. Wow. That one even made you sit back in your seat, Kenny.
Just saw a nice little wink there as well from Romero. Looking over here, just that little subtle wink. Very impressive.
Phil Jones gets it partially blocked by Bayona. Kevin Palacios finds Romero again. Romero will be fouled by Jones. And geez, at this point in time, Kenny, that might be the only way to stop that man.
Well, I think Coach Smithson has got to be disappointed offensively right now, just settling for the three-point shots and some quick ones as well. There hasn't really been any activity using those screens. A lot more movement. See Craig Bradshaw coming in for Perro Cameron.
Craig Bradshaw will line up against Herbert Bayona as Hector Romero puts up a three-pointer, not to be, gets his own rebound. Off to Cedeno in the corner to Kubian. Hector Romero loses the ball momentarily. Kubian puts it up. No good. Bradshaw's got it. He'll go down hard. Casey Frank will end up with it as Kelvin Palacios hits the floor. Phil Jones spots it up. That's no good. Herbert Bayona will find Cedeno. Cedeno cruising through the lane. Good defense by Bradshaw.
Well, right now, the three-point shot just not falling for the Tall Blacks. Going to have to look at getting opportunities to get some penetration. Trying to find some gaps in that aggressive Venezuelan defense.
Lindsay Tate's going to find Casey Frank. Casey Frank penetrates, kicks it back out to Jones. Jones rattles around the outside. Stolen by Hector Romero. Hector Romero will throw it almost out of bounds. Kubian did well to retrieve it. And Herbert Bayona will drop it off for Carlos Cedeno with 14 seconds left on the shot clock for Los Tintos. Back out to Romero. Palacios. Palacios puts up a prayer. That's going to be short. Winitana will rip it down. Oh, baby! Paulo Winitana finishes that one strong! And just when you need an offensive boost, here comes Paulo Winitana. Look at this. Gets the contact way high off the glass. Gets it to drop. And one.
A great finish there. Winitana doing again what he does best, getting out and running. You know, Dan, and looking at the Tall Blacks right now, I think they're tired. I think offensively, there isn't that execution, and they're almost settling for shots rather than executing their offense. I just think looking around at them right now, they just look a little tired.
Well, I'll tell you, you and I went to practice last night, and I was just shocked at how absolutely hard they go during practice a day before a game. Maybe that will weigh in on them during this game. We'll see. Alejandro Barrios, top of the key with it. Hesitates, looking for help. Finds Kevin Palacios. 2 on the shot clock. That's it. 24-second. 24-second violation, and that's more like it defensively from the Tall Blacks.
We talk about their fitness, and you mentioned how hard they go at practice. The thing I guess we have to keep in mind is that they're going on the road. They travel, as I said, on Thursday or late Wednesday night, actually. I think they fly out about 10:30, 11 o'clock Wednesday night. They travel up to China, have 6 games up there. They travel to Croatia, play another 3 there. I think it's Slovenia or Latvia that they travel for another 3 games. So there's no rest for them. They've got to continue to work. And ultimately, it all comes down to that 3-game series starting the 20th of August against Australia.
And well, that is going to be a big one. The Beijing Olympics wavering in the process, and Bradshaw puts up a 3. Not to be. Grievous Vasquez comes away with it, finds Alejandro Barrios. Back to Grievous Vasquez. jumping beam. And he will be fouled on that shot going to the line.
Interesting, this game, All Blacks have elected not to double team down on that post player. You see Romero battling hard against Bukona, drawing that foul. First couple of games we saw All Blacks sending another player to double down, trying to get the ball out of the post player's hands, whether it was Romero or Bayona. This time defending him one-on-one.
Hector Romero at the line, shooting 2. He will nail the first offering. Here comes the second. That one is short. Mika Bukona will scoop down the bound and run it on up to the Tall Blacks. And Jermaine Salcedo will foul him on the way by. Axir Sucre poised to come into the game now for Los Tintos. And Jermaine Salcedo, he's had a couple silly fouls, really, Kenny, hasn't he?
Yeah, just some reaching fouls there. Looked like Winnie or Mika Bukona rather, might have been a little out of control, got bailed out, able to draw the foul.
Lindsey Tate finds Phil Jones. Phil Jones on the outskirts of the perimeter, looking for a way in. Loses the rock and will go off one of the Venezuelans. They will maintain possession with 14 seconds left on the shot clock. 3:24 left to go here in the third. We're all knotted up at 54. Tate to inbound, finds Jones. Phil Jones penetrates. Phil Jones steps it off inside to Mika Bukona, and that's Tall Black basketball at its best.
They worked a lot on that particular style of play where somebody penetrates, call it a wheel, where that bottom man will rotate around as the help side defender comes, drops it off there, and Bukona finishes.
Jermaine Salcedo, nothing but net for him, will answer back.
That's a tough three-point shot with the defense right on him. Nothing but net. You can tell from our angle it never looked like missing.
Lindsey Tate penetrates, a little bit out of control. Might have got help there. He will be fouled, however. Kirk Penny comes back into the game for the Tall Blacks.
We'll see here that three-point shot. 2 defenders on him. Nice looking shot. Holds it up there and holds that follow through up there nicely for everyone to see.
I do that once in a while too, Kenny.
Sure you do.
Bradshaw has it. Bradshaw going up strong, will be fouled on the way in.
Well, early on, Bradshaw showed us that three-point range. This time, big physical man inside, prepared to bump to get down in that position. Does a good job powering up through the contact and get himself to the line.
The first one is off. Venezuelan coaches barking out directions to their players. Craig will nail the second one. All knotted up at 57. Rivas Vasquez brings it up for Venezuela. Axir Sucre. Inside it goes to Alejandro Barrios. Over to Mariaga. Mariaga short. Mika Bukona with the rebound, of course. Looking for help, finds Jones. Jones penetrates and then comes on back out with it. Puts up a long two-pointer. Off the rim, there's Mika again. Mika Bukona in all kinds of bother. Gets it out to Lindsey for 3. Whack!
Well, Mika Bukona, credit him with that three-point shot. Did a great job battling down hard. Again, very active on the offensive board. The only one really for the Tall Blacks. And at the defensive end, unable to stop that penetration.
Rivas Vasquez goes coast to coast and gets 2 more for Venezuela. Lindsey Tate finds Kirk Penny in the corner to Mika. Mika through the paint now. And we've got a foul called on the play. 2 shots coming up for Mika.
Venezuela in the bonus committed more than 5 team fouls. Barrios picks that one up.
And well, it's a 1-point game against the 20th place team in the FIBA World Rankings. We're up by 2, but I'll tell you what, the Tall Blacks, I can just sense they are missing Dylan Boucher and Paulie Henare tonight.
Well, they're also missing Tony Rampton, who had to go out early with that injury. Looking over at the end of their bench, you've got the MASH unit over there. They're certainly keeping their physio busy.
Aksir Sukri with a mid-range jumper.
See him not happy campers. It's always tough to sit on the sideline having to watch.
Lindsay Tate finds Kirk Penny, hassled by Carlos Cedeno. Kirk Penny gets it stolen by Hermaine Salcedo. Back over to Grievous Vasquez, and he'll get 2 more. And the Venezuelans are just flying.
Well, easy opportunities generated by good defense.
Lindsay Tate, Kirk Penny on the wing. Top of the key now. Looking for Bradshaw. Finds Vacuna instead for 3. Off the mark. Grievous Vasquez with the bound. He'll come away with it. Cedeno into Aksir Sukri. And that will not drop for him, but he will be fouled.
Well, the physicalness and the intensity of both ends has really lifted the last minute or so. See, there's Sukri going hard at the basket. Referee Gavin Pugh saying that defense wasn't there in time.
Aksir Sukri, shall we call him Sugar, at the line. Well short on that occasion. And what do we have here? Here's his second shot. That one is off as well. Mika Vacuna comes down with it, snatches it out of the air. Kirk Penny now drops it off for Lindsay. Kirk Penny on the roll. Oh, look at that! Can you believe it? Kirk Penny! What a beautiful play by him!
Dan, Venezuela called a timeout with 12 seconds to go in the quarter, wanting to get a good look at this last shot. His team's up 1. You see Kirk penetrating hard, finishing with that left hand.
Well, it doesn't matter if Kirk goes left or right. He's just so smooth either way.
We're switching every single screen, okay? Off or on ball, we have to switch. So we have to make sure we crash the boards as well, okay? Because they'll probably have a last chance with the offensive winner. Hey? We got 1 to give, but don't foul, okay? Until they penetrate with they won't go straight away. Okay? So switch when they put on the floor, then foul. Okay? No and ones. Switch everything.
Bola adentro rápido. Si no lo tengo a ellos bien abierto aquí, no le dé una oportunidad.
You see Coach Salazar there diagramming his last play. He wants to get up.
No le dejo oportunidad.
Coach Vucinic, on the other hand, talking about they've only got 3 team fouls. They don't shoot free throws until 5, so they've got a foul to give. They said as soon as they start to put the ball on the floor, after switching all the screens, they're prepared to use that foul up, probably with about 5-6 seconds to go, forcing Venezuela to take the ball out again.
Michael Fitchett into the game for the Tall Blacks. Fitchett, Bradshaw, Penny, Vacuna, and Darryl Cartwright. As David Kubian brings it up for Venezuela. Kubian finds it on Mark Salcedo underneath, and they'll get the 2 points they wanted. Fitchett will just throw at the length of the court, and that will be the end of the third. New Zealand 64, Venezuela Venezuela 65. We are smack dab in the middle of a very close basketball game.
The series, but can we win this game?
See those little Exodus backpacks you're carrying around?
We can't be winning it. It's looking pretty. Okay, you got to get down and do this. Let's keep your cool as well. Let's get good shots in offense. Don't force things in offense. Get your energy up in defense. Five guys rebounding. Right? Just run the same 1 to 5. Communicate every huddle. There's a lot of switchable screens out there that we can switch. Okay, we got Mecca now in 3 spot. You can even defend 4 and 5. Okay, and let's get the pace up. Okay, we are fit enough for that. We got guys ready on the bench waiting. Okay, let's go.
Great rebounding unit. Let's go.
Well, Kenny, Coach Vucinic asking the question, can we win this game? And if they do it, it's going to be down and dirty.
Yeah, just challenging his team, wanting to know the desire that they have. It's important with this game and this quarter that we see what the Tall Blacks are made of. Are they prepared to do that extra work? You talked about rebounding. Talked about how they're going to defend, switching screens. So an important quarter for the Tall Blacks in their development.
Well, here's your scoring through 3 quarters. 26-25, 18-20, and all knotted up there in the third. 1 point in it, that's all. As Grievous Vasquez will bring it up for Venezuela Los Tintos. Inside to Axir Sucre. Back to Grievous Vasquez, swatted away by Bradshaw, but somehow it goes in! Kirk Penny now playing the point. Plenty of movement off the ball. Inside it goes to Fitchett. Fitchett will get 2 the hard way. Nice pass.
That was a nice read by both Fitchett to duck in after the 2 defenders had gone out to defend the wing. And a nice job by Penny to find him.
Grievous Vasquez rocks around the outside, goes to penetrate, puts up a mid-ranger, nails it.
Vasquez really playing a solid game tonight. Probably the best of the 3 that we've seen out of him so far. Fitchett
Finds a rolling Bradshaw. He will be fouled by Louis Bethelme. But I just love that last timeout by Coach Vucinic, questioning the character, asking how much intestinal fortitude do you have? Can we win this game?
Well, that's what it's about. You've got to ask your players every now and then how hard they want to play to win the game. How important is this game to them? Said we're down 4 players. We're not shooting the ball well. How hard do you want to work for it?
Bradshaw loses the rock. Grievous Vasquez ends up with it. Here come the Venezuelans. Axir Sucre. Nice no-look pass to Cedeno. And Grievous Vasquez is one pumped-up Venezuelan.
Well, it was a nice extra pass to find Cedeno, who's been on fire from that three-point line, knocking his 5th three-pointer down. He hasn't missed yet.
And the confidence level is building now by the second for Venezuela. Pitch it from well beyond the arc. That's going to be off. Carlos Cedeno rips down the bound, gets it up to Grievous Vasquez, who drops it off for Salcedo. Jermaine Salcedo off the glass, no good. Makona will scoop up yet another rebound. And he'll bring it up for the Tall Blacks. Hassle by Jermaine Salcedo. Look at this. Tall Blacks get the ball back. Mika Makona is just indispensable.
Well, Coach Vucinic is really questioning why that play right there wasn't called a foul. Obviously, it reached around, hitting the player, but Salcedo unable to keep control of the ball to finish.
Well, he reached around twice earlier than that this game, and he got called with the foul.
Exactly right. That's consistency of calling those plays.
Look for the post as well. We can get post up both Mika and Craig inside, okay, and even DC.
Hey, but can I come on and run some clear?
loose.
Okay.
Switching.
Well, if they come up and they switch on the clear, you're not going to get the ball. You're going to get the clear screen. You're going to get their backpack and then the slip. They're switching and they turn out. Okay? Well, let's run clear. No, let's run clear instead of spin. That's the first one. Clear instead of spin. Right? Let's go.
Coach Vucinic is clear and precise. He never gets flustered. I would hate to play Texas Hold'em against him. Our graphic guys, not so much.
You had a little bit of success, did you?
Now he won big last night. Let's keep it rolling with the Tall Blacks tonight, shall we? They're down at the moment, 66-72. Michael Fitchett brings it up for the Tall Blacks. Kirk Penny now. He'll go baseline, spin back around. Cedeno playing on him. Bradshaw spots up for the three. Not to be. Away comes Grievous Vasquez now. Up to Sucree. Louis Bethelmy back to Sucree, out to Vasquez. Vasquez penetrates. Salcedo. Cedeno. Grievous Vasquez in the corner for three.
Well, Venezuela's playing with a lot of confidence right now and having a good time out there doing it. Vasquez really fired up, as has been this whole second half. Really been leading that team.
Fitchett on the wing, inside to Bradshaw. Bradshaw might have been fouled inside.
You got some good position there on Bellamy, or Bethelmy rather. Didn't give any other opportunity other than to foul. He had good deep position there. We see Casey Frank checking in now for Mika Vacona. Lindsey Tate also replacing Mike Fitchett.
And well, in front of this sold-out crowd here at TSB Arena in Wellington, the Tall Blacks want to put them away 3-0. But Venezuela, they have different plans. Darryl Cartwright to inbound, finds Lindsey Tate. Lindsey Tate, a rolling Bradshaw, out to Casey Frank. Casey Frank spots up. That's off the mark. Bradshaw goes unbelievably high for it, but loses it. Grievous Vasquez, Salcedo, Cubian. And Salcedo wanted the rock big time on the wing, didn't get it. Cubian has it now with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Grievous Vasquez puts up another three. That one's off the mark. Cartwright with the bound. They'll bring it up for the Tall Blacks now. Lindsey Tate penetrates. Casey Frank's left all alone. He'll spin baseline, looking for help. Passes it to David Cubian. And away comes Grievous Vasquez. 3-on-1. Salcedo gets two more. And I think it's time for a timeout, Kenny.
Well, offensively, just a poor decision by Casey there. Baseline penetration, nowhere to go. Left his feet to make the pass.
Kirk Penny might have something to say. Does not, misses. Louis Bethelmy with another rebound for Venezuela.
We talked about the need for the Tall Blacks to shoot the ball well from outside. Tonight, it's just not happening. Only 8 3-pointers out of 29.
And they need a shutdown right here, right now. Axir Sucree might have traveled there. We'll have a reach-in foul.
Flick 12, hold.
And that's on Casey Frank, and that is his fourth.
Well, Coach Vucinic has listened to you, Dan, and taking that timeout now. See there, the bump by Frank off the penetration.
Not running back. Last two possessions, last one you didn't. Okay? Rebound. We're going to do that. If you want to shoot the ball, you're going to rebound. We gave him too many transition baskets. Hey, I want to see what we made of right now. Okay? Stay with with it, stay with it, stay with those offenses. We can run anything now out of the huddle, okay? Let's run 22, okay? Let's keep running 22 for Phil and Kirk. Look for those shots, all right? Let's go.
Oh, rebound, man.
Well, as you can see, the confidence is high, the chatter is up in the Venezuelan bench. Los Tintos are feeling it. Don't adjust your TV screen, that is the score. Venezuela 77, Tall Blacks 66 with 5:57 left to go in this competition.
Coach Vucinic again challenging his team, this time challenging individuals.
Axir Sucre, Jermaine Salcedo, David Cubion now. Jermaine Salcedo inside to Axir Sucre. He'll put it up. That's going to be short. Cartwright gets the bound. Lindsey Tate emerges with it over half court now. Head fake to Casey Frank in the corner for three. And he will nail that one.
Well, he was due. He put up several tonight. He hit the first one, now he's hit his last one.
Casey Frank, good defense on Axir Sucre. Axir Sucre high off the glass, misses. Bill Jones with the rebound. Bill Jones gets it up to Cartwright. Cartwright inside to Casey Frank, and that's more like it. Beautiful pass by DC to Casey Frank. And I believe we've got some moisture on the floor here.
We saw Casey Frank have a good spell in that third quarter to really push the Tall Blacks ahead on Sunday afternoon. Right now, the last 5 points coming from Frank. Hector Romero checks back in. The Venezuela helps settle them down.
And all the Tall Blacks are standing. They want this game. They want it bad.
Well, we're going to see over the next 5 minutes how bad they do want it.
Jermaine Salcedo in the corner. Rivas Vasquez. Rolls around, gets a lane, puts it up and in. And where was the defense?
Too easy when you're trying to come back. There's no help side defense.
Casey Frank has it, finds Phil Jones. Phil Jones has been quiet tonight. Limited minutes, gets his shot off, no good. Casey Frank is there, rejected by Bethany. Bethany gets the ball, away comes Los Tintos again. In the corner to Hector Romero. Rivas Vasquez will put it up for three. Oh, jeez Louise, can you believe it? He does it again.
Well, Phil Jones wasn't prepared to come all the way out on him.
71-82, here we go. Hector Romero with a steal. Away comes Rivas Vasquez, 2-on-2. He'll stop and pop for a three-pointer. That one's off the mark. Jermaine Salcedo is there for the offensive rebound. Behind the back pass to Louis Bethany, who will travel. And I think bringing Mika Vukona back into the game is a real good thing at this point.
See there, a nice pass. Casey Frank getting his hand on the top of that ball. Bethany leaves his feet and comes down with possession of the ball, therefore travel.
All right, just 3 minutes and 41 seconds left to go. Tall Blacks down. Kurt Penny finds Mika Vukona. Bill Jones. That's off the mark. Louis Bethany with another big rebound for Venezuela. Venezuela playing their hearts out tonight.
Everybody thought this was going to be a walkover by the Tall Blacks again. TAB had Venezuela at $10. So if you put a lazy 10 or 20 on them, might be making some money tonight.
Jermaine Salcedo. All right, Lindsey Tate brings it up. Finds Mika. Bill Jones. And, well, Hector Romero got a hand in there. Will be called with the foul. Paulo Winitana checks back in for the Tall Blacks. Casey Frank will take a rest. And well, I'm just impressed with the raw talent that this Venezuelan team possesses and have shown this game.
One thing that impresses me is the adjustments that they've made over the last 3 games. We talked about the second game. A series is about adjustments that you make as a team. And they've certainly come out and with each game improved. So they've got to be happy with that as, again, they build towards their qualifying.
Let's not forget they're playing for one of their lost, Gregory Vallanilla. Let's listen to Coach Vucinic.
And then penetrate, kick, okay, look for the shots. So just straight spin without diamond, just straight spin. Look for the penetration, kick, shoot, go in there for the rebound, okay? If we make it straight away, purple, black. If not, pick him up, black, full court, okay? Let's go for it, let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Well, if we look at the lineup coming out of this huddle for the Tall Blacks, a very small lineup. Mika Vacona, really their only rebounder. You got Paulo Winitana, and really 4 guards out there, and Mika is a small forward. So really going to rely on shooting these 3-point shots, trying to knock them down, which they haven't done successfully throughout this game.
Lindsey Tate shakes off 1. In the lane, gets 2. Full court pressure by the Tall Blacks now. Luis Bethamy drops it up to Grievous Vasquez. He's hassled by Paulo Winitana in the corner to Jermaine Salcedo. Back to Romero. Carlos Cedeno with it now. Kirk Penny on him. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Vasquez. Top of the key. He'll stop and put it up. And that one is going to be off the mark. Mika Vacona's there. And it will remain Tall Blacks basketball.
A good defensive possession there. Being very aggressive on the ball. Even Mika Vacona to clean up.
Lindsey Tate in a rush. Time is now against the Tall Blacks. Phil Jones. He will be fouled by Jermaine Salcedo. Another reaching in foul.
I don't know if we'll get a chance to see this again, but pretty good move there, coming over the top of him rather than reaching from behind. Didn't close out, coming over the top. And from our angle, we had a pretty good look at it. Thought he got all ball.
Winitana to inbound. 2 minutes left to go in this one. Lindsey Tate. And they will lose the ball. Venezuela regains possession here. Another full court tight pressure by the Tall Blacks, and Mika Vacona steals the ball. Gets it to Kirk Penny, puts it up for 3. That's off the mark. Who's got it? Jermaine Salcedo does on the other end. And he sets one down in a big way, baby.
And that's the way you finish.
Finish strong. Gavin Few has a word to say to Jermaine Salcedo.
There he knocks the ball out.
Grievous Vasquez and Lindsey Tate have a few optimum words, I'm sure. Lindsey brings it up. Phil Jones elbows Vasquez in the back and gets away with it. And it's gotten ugly on the sideline. Grievous Vasquez, that should be a technical foul. I don't know if we have a look at this again, but Phil Jones gave him a wicked elbow in the back, so retaliation, never do it. The second guy always gets caught. It's getting ugly again. Luis Bethamy wants a piece of Lindsey.
Well, Vasquez certainly took exception to that screen from Phil Jones. Both players still looking at each other. See what we can here. You'll see this back screen to Phil Jones. Boom.
Vasquez after that just gives Lindsay a clothesline.
Cedeno and Jones seeing the humor in it. But yeah, certainly Phil Jones sent a little message with that back pick.
Well, they're a tough bunch to figure out. 1 second they're laughing, the next second they're all up in your face.
Well, they're competitors. They go at each other hard, and they've gone at each other very hard throughout this series. But when it's all said and done, and they're all ball players, nothing personal in it.
Well, the Tall Blacks needed that help, and they got it. They will also get possession here. Phil Jones will inbound. We'll see if the fireworks continue here. Lindsay Tate penetrates. Yes! Back the other way, Louis Bethamy all alone. And that's a big hang dangler by the Venezuelan. Jones now back the other way. Jones high off the glass, no good. Bethamy saves it to Cedeno, who's going to be fouled by Lindsay.
Usually one of the things available when teams are really pushing forward on their defense is that long pass. That one was there as well. Tall Blacks only their third team foul. They've got 2 more to use before they send Venezuela to the line.
Hector Romero to inbound.
Got Phil Jones with the hold. Salcedo was cutting to the basket, so their 4th team foul. Still looking over to the bench to see whether they want to continue to foul or whether they'll just play this game out.
Kubian.
Right now, it looks like they're going to just play it out.
Hector Romero, nice play. Carlos Cedeno, the recipient of a beautiful pass. Here comes Lindsay. In the corner to Winnie Tana, off the mark. Salcedo with the rebound. And he will bring it up for the Venezuelans. Around Phil Jones he goes, and he runs right over Mika Vacona, and that'll be a charge. Well, the Tall Blacks possibly a little undermanned tonight with 4 guys out on the sidelines. As Winnie Tana throws one up, no good. Luis Bethamy with a big rebound. He will be fouled.
There you look at 3 of them. Boucher again not available probably until that Australian series. He certainly hopes earlier. Molinari with the bad knee, and Rampton with that big welt on his forehead. We haven't seen a lot of minutes from Pero Cameron tonight.
Limited minutes for Phil Jones as well, even though he's out there now. Craig Bradshaw, it's good to see him get a bit more of a run in front of his home crowd.
Well, I think that's been more from necessity tonight than maybe what Nenad Vucinic had planned, but he's got a long ways to go to understanding. You see times during the game where he wasn't sure, he wasn't on the same page as his teammates. That'll come with time.
Winnie Tana finds Vacona. Mika Vacona slides it back out to Jones. Jones stops, waits, finds Vacona underneath. That's 2 more. Kubian. Behind the back, good ball movement from him. Salcedo now. 10 on the shot clock. Jermaine Salcedo finds Luis Bethamy. Back to Salcedo, is going to drive. Kubian from well beyond the arc. Almost tipped in by Hector Romero. And here comes Kirk Petty the other way. 7-point spread. Tom Lex might have some things to work on as they take off to China on Thursday. But they will take the series 2-1. My name is Lieutenant Dan Hennessy, and it has been an absolute honor to bring you these games. Thanks for having us. Until next time, this is Hennessy, over and out.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for a great series.
$81 the final score. Look out, Venezuela playing $10 at the TAB. They were a good bet and they have triumphed in game 3 with the series lost, but that gives them a lot of hope going to the Boris Stankovic Cup, where they will face New Zealand again, I think, in Macau a little later on. Hector Romero, big game tonight. Just tell me one thing, was that game in memory of Gregory for the Venezuelans tonight?
Yeah, we play hard. We came out trying to concentrate. It was kind of hard to come out and play basketball today, so because they just buried him like today. So it was tough, but we come out and play hard and we got the win.
The one thing that was quite noticeable this time, you went into the half ahead, but you then just kept getting into the groove. That must be encouraging going before China.
Yeah, I'm very excited because this is only our 3rd game together. And we just beat a pretty good team, so that's a good sign.
All right, well, thanks for the entertainment. Good luck in China, mate.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, Hector Romero, they win this one. They get this one 91-81. Hector Romero once again on the board, scoring something like around 15, 16 points, and they're doing the job. Paolo Winitana joins us now. Well, Paolo, not the blackwash tonight, mate, but probably the type of game you needed to hit before China.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Venezuela just wanted it more. Another way to put it. I mean, they came out with aggression, they were intense, and you know, one thing they did tonight they didn't do in the other 2 games was they were hitting their shots. And yeah, a big lesson to win for us.
Yeah, Toolback's a little loose on from the outside tonight.
Yeah, I know. I mean, but you know, we put in the time and effort to shoot those shots, and it hurts when you don't have the rebounds. So we got to work on a number of things in preparation for Australia.
I heard in Coach Nida Vanushnik in the huddle saying, you know, you guys are fit enough. You weren't tired. You're fit enough.
Oh no, definitely. I don't think that's a factor. I think it's heart and hustle. You know, I mean, a lot of guys are running up the court jogging, and I mean, Nina, he put it pretty firm and straight. You know, if you're not going to run, get off. And so yeah, we just got to run. You know, that's our strength. We got to do it every night, not 2 quarters, 3 quarters, but the whole game.
Most importantly, you win this series, but again, you need tougher games like this ahead of Australia, don't you?
Yeah, totally, and that's what we're going to get heading over to Australia. I mean, to China, then to Europe. Perfect build-up for us, and yeah, like I said before, a lot of things to work on.
All right, good luck, mate. We know the country's behind you.
Yeah, hey, thanks to everybody back home, all over New Zealand. We really appreciate it, and we'll do us proud on the road.
All right, thanks, Paolo. Paolo Winitana, 18 points tonight for the man doing the job, and doing the job from the outside as well as the inside. And he had a good start. Everything sort of faded maybe in the second half. Well, I know Coach Nenad Vucinic doesn't like things when they don't go right. They said you were grumpy on Sunday at the half. What were you like this time, Nenad?
About the same. Look, I don't like losing. This is, I certainly can't make any excuses for a loss. But we faced a much better team to start with. You got to give them a credit. They played really well tonight. We didn't shoot the ball well, and when you're facing a team that is playing well and you're not shooting the ball well, it's always going to be tough. The injuries didn't help. You know, 4 of our most experienced players, you know, didn't play or played for very limited minutes. But once again, it's not an excuse. We didn't play well enough to beat this team tonight.
What have you got out of this series, your first series as coach?
Well, we've got games. We need games to see the weaknesses, to see the strength, to see where we need to improve, and exactly what we got. Venezuela, to start with, we're focusing more on fighting than playing basketball. But on the end, they proved that why are they 20th best team in the world. So it was good, especially in this last game. We needed to have a really good test to go into the Stankovic Cup in China, which is a prestigious tournament that is going to be tough for us, and it was perfect for us. We didn't shoot the ball well, but I don't think we quit right till the end, and that was very pleasing to see.
Well, Nadia, that's the one thing that we're all discovering, talking to players outside of your little domain, is that they're all enjoying you as coach and the freedom they're getting. Is that a deliberate move by you to give them greater ownership?
I wouldn't agree that I give them freedom. They have to play the structure. They have to play within the structure. But I do give them freedom to shoot the ball when they're open, because I think we're going to get hurt if they don't shoot the ball when they're open. Obviously, today, there was a lot of open shots that we missed. But I think, the team's going to be in trouble any time, the shooting percentages are bad. Really, if they are enjoying, I'm glad, but we have to work. Still work hard and play better than we played tonight.
On target for Australia?
Absolutely. We're still 4 months away, and I think this team have played to the standard of Australians. They shot the ball really well. They were physical. They were intense. They were very aggressive in defense, and that's something that we needed to have. Unfortunately, I think on the end the shooting percentages, few players down, and the fact that they played well. Got down to our loss.
All right, good luck in China. We're looking forward to it.
Thank you.
All right, Denis Vucinic, 91-81. They get the cash tonight. Just briefly, we'll run out of time, Ken. Game they needed?
Yeah, Vucinic wanted a close game. They got it tonight. Obviously, both teams, I think, got what they wanted out of this series.
All right, Kenny, thanks for your call along with the Lieutenant Dan Hennessy. Here we are, done. Tall Blacks win this one, the series 2-1, lose tonight, 91-81 from Wellington. Have a great Tuesday.